Welcome back to BS with Brian Simpson. We is back. Don't forget, if you want to support the podcast, like, comment, subscribe, argue, whatever, share, tell somebody about it. I'm going to be shout out to everybody that came out to the show. I'm going to be in Denver next. What is it? I'm going to be in Denver on goddamn July 11th, 12th, 13th, and 14th. Come fuck with us out there. And then I'm going to be at the Comedy Castle in Royal Oak, Michigan, July 25th, 26th, and 27th. Now, I also just announced my first theater date at the Wilbur in Boston. That's October 11th. Tickets go on sale today. Actually, if you're reading this, the tickets are on sale right now. The Wilbur Boston. You know, this is a milestone. My first theater. Hopefully, we sell a motherfucker out. That's the goal. So, you know, spread the word. If you're in Boston and you're gonna come see it, fucking bring people. It's not family friendly. Don't bring the kids, but you know, tell somebody about it if you think they will fuck with my comedy. Really, really, tell somebody. Hey, we should get tickets to see this motherfucker. You know what I mean? Also, I've hardly ever come to Boston. I can't remember the last time I was actually in Boston. I mean, it must have been 6-7 years ago. The last time I was in Boston. Anyway, that's what I got going on there. And also, don't forget, we do Bottom of the Barrel every single Tuesday at 7:30 and 10:30 at the Comedy Mothership in Austin, Texas. I'm also going to be, for the first time, doing outside of the Mothership in Denver on that Sunday of that weekend on July, what was it, 13th? No, July 14th. Yeah, and that's where we at with it. First of all, so this week, what did I do? Oh, so I rarely get to do dope shit like, well, no, I do dope shit like this all the time. But I finally got to see Gordon Ryan do his thing. You know, I don't know him very well. I've met him a few times. Obviously, he's friends with Rogan and Hinchcliffe. So, you know, I see him here and there and out and about, and I hear the stories and I've seen the videos. But man, to see it in person, it's kind of nuts, man. Like this dude is on another level. You know, all of the superlatives apply. It's not a myth. The dude is so many levels above everyone else. And to watch him so calmly and methodically, like he like it's crazy because he's never in a hurry, he's never in a rush. You rarely see him like explode. He's just taking his time, folding you up like laundry, just folding you up like he just took you out the dryer. Boop, 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 boop. And he just does it to everybody. You know, and here's the thing, he comes by it honest. Like, all this dude do is jujitsu. That's it. He wake up in the morning, jujitsu. Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, no days off. Jujitsu. Even when, so he recently this was his first, and I forget the name of the event. I can't remember off the top of my head. But this was his first time back since he took a long hiatus because, you know, of like health issues, right? And even during that hiatus, he still trained every day. Like whatever they got going on over there, they don't miss no days. They every day, every single day, train. And so, and here's the God honest truth, you know, say whatever you want about Gordon Ryan. Nobody else is doing that. You know, the closest to that kind of locked in that I know of. Again, I'm not deep in the jiu-jitsu world. I'm not pretending to be some kind of fucking pundit or whatever. I just know what I've encountered myself. The closest I've seen to that level of locked in is Mikey Musumeci. That's it. Everyone else, I don't know what they're doing. I maybe they're doing the same. Maybe I don't know. But every day, every single day, train every single day, just locked in. And that's the result. That's the result. And I'm sure there's some sort of natural God-given talent there, some kind of mental computational skills. I don't know. Maybe he got an extra tendon or something. I don't know. What else is in the mix? Because I know it's not just that. You can't, not anybody could just train every day and be a beast at jiu-jitsu. Not everybody can. Not everybody has whatever it is in your brain you got to have to want to do that, to want to train every day, to feel like, maybe the day I kick it, and to overcome that and be like, no, every single fucking day. Not everybody got that, so I don't know what else you got to add to it. It's just like anything else. It's like, you look at a football team, there's clear superstars. Everybody at practice. Everybody be at the same practices. But some people, they just got something else. They just got a little extra, So I don't know. Anyway, I'm just saying that to say I had a good time. I was thinking it was me, Rogan, Gillis, and Lex Friedman watching this shit. It was a fucking great time, man. Just watching. We saw a bunch of jiu-jitsu matches, but I love expertise. If you watch the pod, that I fuck with expertise. I watch anybody that's an expert. You know what I'm saying? Except an expert liar. I watch anybody that's mastered a craft or that seeks to, because there's something entertaining to me about that, about somebody just reaching a level of good at something, anything. Now some people have mastered a useless skill. You know what I mean? Or maybe useless is the wrong word, but some people have mastered a skill that they can't make a living off of, or that, no one really wants to see, But still, master something before you die. Lock in on something so you can have that feeling. You know what I mean? For some people, it's cooking. For some people, it's video games. For some people, it's fashion. Whatever it is, man, lock in on something and try to add to it, because that's what these guys are doing. This guy single-handedly is popularizing the sport. Well, single-handedly is maybe not fair, but but he's the face of jiu-jitsu for a reason. And I think he's not even 30 years old yet. And I don't think he hasn't lost in a decade. I don't think anyone's beat him in 10 years at jiu-jitsu. You know what I mean? So if you don't know who the guy is, just go to YouTube, watch Gordon Ryan highlights. He got so good that he would get bored and he would hand someone an envelope with how he was going to win, and then open it at the end. So and maybe, some people might take that some kind of way, but that, that's what it is. But if you can predict that, no one does that. So if you're into grappling at all, or you just want to see somebody that's literally like at the top. If jiu-jitsu was as popular as basketball, Gordon would be LeBron James or Michael Jordan or like that. He's that good. It's, jiu-jitsu just isn't as popular as those major sports. But if it were, he would be that. He just leaps and bounds beyond everyone. Tiger Woods, Serena Williams, like that level of dominance. Maybe even more so. Relatively speaking, he might be the most dominant athlete of all time. We just talking about dominance, talking about how much better he is than his contemporaries right now at this moment. Maybe, when I'm saying dominance, I'm talking about you're the best. How far away is the second best? That's what I mean, right? So throughout your career, whoever's considered second, how much above them are you? He might be the most dominant ever. You know, and why did it take me to watch it live to solidify? I don't know. I don't know. You know, it's one thing for people to like exist in their own world. You know, he's come by the mothership a few times and watched all of us do our thing. I've never seen him do his thing. I've seen him, you know, and I've met him, but I never seen him like work. And he just fucking gets it in, bro. That's scary. You know, that is somebody out there that could just do that to you. Like it's literally nobody that, maybe, I don't know, maybe it's somebody, but you know, it's always somebody waiting in the wings. It's probably some little kid studying his moves right now. I don't know. Who fucking knows? So let's get to the emails. Let's do that first before we get to ranting and rumbling and ranting. Let's get to the emails. What else is happening? This is from Israel. The name Israel, not the country. Hi, Brian. Been a fan for a long time. The pod and its previous iterations got me through a breakup for real. Doing better now, but stuck with a conundrum. Ooh, I like a good conundrum. I'm 23 years old. Older bro and I are going to be lawyers. He's in a decent law school, and I'm a paralegal. He keeps showing up and trying to sun me about getting my shit together career-wise. He says me doing comedy, I'm 6 months in and have featured in a few tiny gigs, will be a detriment. But honestly, it's the healthiest and most useful hobby I have outside gym and reading. He says I got to choose a career and get my shit together. I said instead of drinking and partying super crazy, I just do shitty open mics and have fun. I detect hater vibes. We both have always had similar interests, but born like a decade apart. But I don't want to reject potential old head wisdom. In my view, I'm still focused on my career and view comedy as a hobby. There may come a time where one becomes more of a career than another. How can I know if I'm ready? Is there a way to know when to decide when to let comedy go? I feel like it's something I can't stay away from. Much appreciated, Israel. Oh, Israel. A tale as old as time. You know what's funny is so many comedians I know were lawyers or teachers or engineers, some sort of technical career. Like they went into some other career. But a lot were lawyers, a lot were teachers, a lot were engineers. If I would have to say that's the top three in terms of people that you would be surprised are comedians. I'm not saying most comedians were that. I'm just saying like when I hear from people that had like nice careers before comedy, it's one of those usually. And let me tell you, there is, you know, life is funny, man. Life is funny. I don't know how good you are at comedy. I don't know what you want out of it, but I do know you sound like somebody that's been bit by the bug. This I feel like I can't stay away from it. Yeah, man. Yeah, that's what it is. This is something most comics won't admit. At the end of the day, you can say, "Oh, I'm an artist," and "Oh, you know, I play an important role in society. I speak truth to power." You know, you're an addict. You're addicted to getting that response and that dopamine hit from the power of making people laugh. You have no choice but to laugh at this. It's in your brain. The effect has happened. Wow. I've Trojan horsed my ideas into your fucking brain and you laughed, you know? And you get, it's intoxicating, the feeling. It really can be. And if you're good at it, if you're steadily getting good at it, it gets more and more and more and more so. Chasing that kill, chasing that new bit. New idea. Oh shit, wait a minute. Whoa, made this little adjustment. It's a killer. That feeling, you know, if you do that a couple times, man, look out, because you speak here as though your plans all along or to just do comedy until law cracks, right? And also respect to the 23-year-old that's like, the self-awareness and the self-assessment to go, my brother's a hater. My brother's a hating ass bitch. I'm getting hater vibes from my brother, but I recognize that might be me just reflexively rejecting this old head wisdom. So let me ask a neutral party if I'm tripping. To have that ability at 23, that honest self-assessment, I got a pretty good idea that what you are at comedy. You're probably pretty fucking good at comedy, because that is what most people lack when it comes to stand-up, is the honest self-assessment. Is they want to hear that they killed. They want to feel like they belong, but they don't want to earn it. They don't want to go through, you've heard my grandma's quote on this podcast a million times. Everybody want to see Jesus, nobody want to die. Right? It's like most people want credit for being a comedian, but they don't want to actually suffer the negative side of it. They want everybody to pat them on the back when they get off stage, whether they did well or not. A lot of people think they can cry their way into the spotlight, and it's like, nah. To get good at stand-up, and this is not just stand-up, but this is everything, really, you have to have honest self-assessment. That is the prerequisite to everything else, right? Like we were talking about Gordon Ryan earlier. It makes no difference if you practice as much as he does if you're not honest about what your weaknesses are, because then what are you practicing? What are you working on if you're not honest about what you need to work on? Right? And so, that's how you take a bit from a good idea to something that gets a little chuckle to a closer. Is you got to be honest about the flaws and what needs to change. Whoa, man, maybe my delivery was off. Maybe I blah, blah, blah. Every time you bomb, you get off stage, you got to know why. Why did I bomb? And you got to be, and that's the thing, you have to be honest about it. It's so easy to go, oh, that crowd sucked, or, oh, dude before me, you could give yourself a million reasons, so you could avoid the truth. Maybe you were too drunk. Maybe your delivery was off. Maybe you didn't go over your notes. Maybe you need to write a set list. Maybe your timing was shitty. Maybe you have to record yourself and listen to blah, blah, blah. So I say all that to say this. You'll know when. You part of this comedy journey and your lawyer journey is trusting yourself to know when and to know what. Because again, so many people before you, this has happened. You're a lawyer because the idea of arguing, you got the gift of gab, whatever, blah, blah, blah. And you start doing this little stand-up thing over here, this little thing of ours. And next thing you know, somebody hand you a little bread. You're like, oh, hold up. Wait a minute. Hold up. What happened to this? Wow, really? $50 for that? For 5 minutes? Oh, shit. Okay, so I can stretch that out to gun there. Next thing you know, your parents are pissed, you're poor, you're struggling, but you're doing what you love. You got to make that choice. And like I said, you'll know when. I can't tell you what will trigger that knowledge in yourself, but I can tell you that you have that detector in you where you're going to know what to go after and when, but I'll tell you also, your brother is right. You can't have two mistresses. At some point you got to go all in on one thing or the other. Listen, it's fine to have hobbies and, all that type of shit on the side. But as far as like what you focused on, yeah, at some point, yeah, you got to focus on one thing, unless you're some kind of brilliant genius, and then maybe you can focus on two things. But even that, most people can only be great at the one thing, which is actually really being great at several things, but putting them together for one task is like, yeah, but you'll know when and if, and how, because let me just say this. Don't listen to these motherfuckers that romanticize the struggle. Don't put yourself in a position where you're going to be homeless or starving. You know, that's part of my story, and some people think it's cool. I think it's fucking lame. Don't put yourself in a position where you're going to be starving and hungry and don't know where your next meal coming from or where you're going to stay or how's going to be a roof over your head and all this other stuff. But at the same time, if you legitimately think you got a shot at your dream, take it. Take that motherfucking shot, because you don't want to die regretting that you didn't, you know? You know, and so as I often say with most of the advice from the show, there's no wrong answer to your life. You know, it's about whether you're willing to accept the consequences of your choice. And like I said, when that time comes, you're gonna know when. You're gonna definitely know when. You know, and the thing is, you can do both. You don't have to like choose between comedy and law. Except for what you have to choose, which is the priority for you. That's what I'm trying to say. You know, the time is going to come where doing a gig or doing whatever the fuck lawyers do, where you're gonna have to know which one matters to you more when you're making certain choices later on in life. You know what I'm saying? Because when you know what your priorities are, you don't have a lot of difficult choices to make. You know, you're like, oh, what matters to me more? Lawyer shit. So it's not hard for me to choose, because I know what thing is going to be my priority. And like I said, you won't be confused. When the time comes, you're going to know exactly what to do. You might not like the answer, but every bone in every fiber of your being is going to be telling you what the answer is. You know, whether you're going to let your mind sync up with that shit, you know, that's another matter. But good luck, Israel. Let me know how it works out. Let me know what you pick. 23, yeah, you about there. You almost there. You know, but we support you either way, lawyerly or comedically. Get in there. All right, this is from Dr. Good Question. Hey, Brian, how do you approach workplace relationships? Don't do them. I don't even need to read the rest of this. I'm gonna, but yeah, don't, you know. But also, if you do, which you will, because we all do, you know, it's got to be a very specific type of person that you're fucking with, because, you know, listen, better men than me will tell you that, how do I do this without sounding like I'm generalizing? Young, hot women do not calculate your consequences into the situation. You understand what I'm saying? It's like they thinking about what they want, and that's it. And later on, they'll tell themselves, I was confused. Like they won't take responsibility for it later. So, you know, it's more than just you fucking this person. It's like, are they who they gonna tell? Are they gonna throw a monkey wrench in your shit? Like because they don't give a fuck. If it's gonna get back to your boss or get back to your, you understand what I'm saying? It's like if they don't want it to get out, then that's the only reason it ain't gonna get out. But if they want to gossip about it at the water cooler or whatever action needs to be taken for y'all for this to not fuck your world up, she's not considering that at all. She only concerned about her world. Just know that when you're dealing with, especially young girls, they're not thinking about you at all. And even if they slip up and fuck your life up, they're not gonna feel bad about it. You understand what I'm saying? They don't. So just know what you're getting into. But let's get into your email. Hey, Brian, how do you approach workplace relationships? I've been flirting with a girl at work who is exactly my type, and I think the feelings are mutual. I normally try not to date anyone I work with. Just makes things too complicated. Facts. I try to not hit on her, but I'm too into her and couldn't help myself. Also, this is one of the best jobs I've ever had and don't want to mess it up. But I've just been naturally getting closer with this girl, and it's getting to the point where if I don't ask her out, I'll feel like I've been leading her on. And I think she would think this way if I suddenly change my attitude, something like that. And I see her all the time, almost every day at work. What would you do in this situation? Loving the pod and standing up. Coming to see you in Brooklyn in October. Hell yeah, Peter. Well, listen, man. So this kind of sounds like, how do I put it? Listen, if you getting that kind of magnetic vibes, I feel like you gotta dive in. You gotta dive in, because that sounds like it could be something, Because this is what I always say. Like, you shouldn't fuck people at work, you shouldn't fuck people in the business, et cetera, et cetera. But if you think you got a real shot at love, I think you gotta take it. If it's that level of into one another, but again, you gotta be real clear and specific. I don't know what sort of job you have. I assumed it was an office job, but I have no idea. I don't know how old you are. I don't know what sort of situation you're in, but you got to be real clear and locked in with this girl about how y'all gonna proceed, how you gonna operate, all this. Because here's the other thing, man. If it's this level of attraction, y'all ain't gonna be able to hide it. You gonna slip up, because there's always a motherfucker like me somewhere, and I know that I know this shit like this. You know what I'm saying? Even the little subtle changes in everyone's behavior, I pick up on that shit. Maybe it's like former foster care, defense mechanism shit. But I can always tell when people at the job are fucking. I'm not saying like I'm gonna know immediately like when I see your face, but just observing how you move and interact is like in the background until something different. And then I go, wait a minute. All right, I see what's going on. You know what I'm saying? I'm almost always right. They either love each other or hate each other. Something changed. That's what I noticed. I pick up on those subtle changes. And I think, when you got observant motherfuckers around you, which, is at least one at your job, if y'all are this attracted to each other, you ain't gonna be able to hide it. Not for long anyway. That still doesn't mean don't deny it. Look, again, I don't know what your situation is. I don't know how your supervisor be moving. I don't know what type of personality this woman has, but, some words in this email stick out to me. One of the best jobs I've ever had, and don't want to mess it up. Right? So again, just like I said in the last email, it's no wrong answer. I mean, you shouldn't. You understand what I'm saying? But it's generally a bad idea to fuck people at work because of how it could turn out. Right? So you have to ask yourself, the consequences of this choice, are you willing to live with those? Is this girl, is she so amazing? Is she so attractive to you? Is she so compatible with you that even if you lose, if you mess up the best job you've ever had or one of the best jobs you've ever had, that you'll be cool with that? Like, is she so dope that you like, man, I find another job. That's what you have to, that's the question you have to answer. Is she so dope that she's worth risking messing up one of the best jobs you've ever had? If the answer is yes, I say go for it. Fuck it. Real love conquers all. You know what I'm saying? But if she's just a baddie, and it's just your turn type of shit, no, absolutely not. If she's just a girl, if she's just a jump off, like just a hot girl that want to fuck you, no, absolutely not. Or start looking for another job before you fuck her. Throw in the resume, homie, because you gonna lose that job for sure. So that's what I'm saying. It's like, there's not enough information in this email for me to say definitively you should X or I would X. But you know what it is. You know what it is. You do, and you like, oh man, this could be something. Yeah, it's worth the risk. So I know that didn't really answer your question, but you can answer this question if you just answer the questions that I gave you to be, again, honest self-assessment. Be honest with yourself about yourself, and the rest is easier. Let me see what else is happening. God, I fucking hate sparkling water. Like this flavored sparkling shit. Actually, this is pretty good. It's decent. There's a smidge of flavor in there. Okay. Is anyone keeping up with the Is anyone else keeping up with the YSL trial? Okay, I'm not gonna spend the whole rest of the pod obsessed with it because I did it on the fight. So yeah, I was just on the Fight Companion, the JRE Fight Companion, this past Saturday. I wasn't excited about that card. In fact, so much so that when the Fight Companion ended, I thought that was the prelims. I thought we were gonna be there for another couple hours watching more fights. I was like, oh man, I'm so confused about all this. I was so high. Anyway, if you're into the YSL trial, I spent a lot of time on there talking about the YSL trial, which is why. So I just want to know: is anyone else obsessed with this? Please email us in at BSwithBrian or write it down in the comments because I'm locked in. Like I've probably watched 1,000 YouTube videos. But definitely a couple hundred YouTube videos about this case. And you know what's funny? Almost none of it has to do with Young Thug or anything. Like none of it has to do with the actual trial thing he's on trial. It's all about the meta drama between the judge and the prosecutor and the defense attorneys. You know, so if anyone else is locked in on this, hit me. Let me know. Am I missing something? Did I get any wrong takes? Also, I have to slightly apologize to somebody hit me big time about AOC. Apparently, her dress at the Met Gala was a gift, and she appears to be on the up and up in terms of money wise. I don't know about her politics at all because I don't follow any politician. You fucking groupies, okay? So I don't want to speculate as to who's stealing, but they stealing. In general, as a group, they stealing, and there's no evidence that she is stealing yet that I've seen. And also I don't have anything personal with her. I was just using her as an example because she's the face of something, or she has been. I just know her name. Right. But yeah, if you know me, if you listen to the pod, you know, well, I don't fuck with none of these politicians. Not for real, for real. You know what I'm saying? It ain't even a righty-lefty thing. It ain't a both sides thing. It's just that I think all of y'all are lame for rooting for these people, because they don't care about you. They just care about being in power. You know what I mean? And they'll promise you anything to stay in power. I will come to everyone's house if I'm elected, I will fold your laundry. Can my opponent say the same? No American will ever fold another fucking pair of laundry for the rest of, they'll say anything just to be in power, All right. One good article before we get it. Cannibal with insatiable appetite fed neighbors human flesh at barbecues. Now that is Nathaniel Barjona, who was convicted of murdering and eating a child, used to host cookouts at his home and serve burgers, spaghetti, chili, meat pies, and casserole. The man has been accused of cooking up human flesh for an unknowing group of neighbors, leading to a macabre arrest for the would-be chef. Back in 1999, convicted felon and child molester Nathaniel Barjona held numerous cookouts at his pad where it's alleged he dished out a menu including burgers, spaghetti, chili, meat pies, and casseroles to his guests. Barjona harbored a dark history of heinous acts, having developed a grotesque fascination with the taste of human flesh since the tender age of 6. Born in 1957 in Worcester, Massachusetts, Nathaniel Benjamin Levi Barjona exhibited an extreme, insatiable appetite, as The Sun reports. Now, right there, you're losing me. When you don't need that many names. Nathaniel Benjamin Levi Barjona. No. Can't trust it. At just 7 years old, he was said to start picking at his scabs until they bled and would then proceed to suck the blood from his self-inflicted wounds. What? That's normal 7-year-old behavior. I'm not, are you defending a cannibal? No, but I feel like that's not evidence of cannibalism. You know what I mean? Maybe it's not normal to pick them to suck them, but everyone is sucked on a wound and everyone's picked a scab. I don't know what order specifically, but I don't think that's abnormal. I mean, maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. Despite receiving psychiatric treatment during his adolescence for his alarming behavior. Wait a minute. What was alarming? Wait a minute. Did I skip some alarming behavior? No, that's it. Okay. Fast forward to 1997, Montana authorities were embroiled in a search operation for a missing schoolboy named Zachary Ramsey, who had disappeared on his route to school in the previous year. Locals in the area were known to attend Bar Jonah's cookouts, where several attendees noted that the meat served had a particular taste to it. To assuage their concerns, the serial killer insisted that the unusual flavor was due to his use of deer meat. However, it was later discovered that Bar Jonah did not own a rifle or a hunting license. Furthermore, financial records indicated that he hadn't made any significant grocery purchases for nearly a month after the disappearance of school child Ramsey. One female guest even told Bar Jonah that she found his meat repulsive, to which he responded by claiming he had hunted, killed, butchered, and wrapped the meat of the deer himself. This woman's child would later become one of Bar Jonah's victims. Holy shit. Ugh. Wow. See what I'm talking about? How it's always one person in the group. If it's a big enough group, somebody perception is heightened. And it's like, I don't know what's off here, but it's all like I'm that dude where I'm like, yo, I got a feeling I'm getting the fuck out of here. I'm getting the fuck out of here. Like when my instincts go, I'm gone. I'm too old now. My mom always say this to me. I'm too old to be acting like I'm cool with shit that I'm not. I'm too old to be saying yes when I mean no. You know what I'm saying? And I'm done ignoring my instincts. Even if I'm wrong, it don't matter. It don't matter. Something was up. Something was up in the air. There's no, like, if my spidey sense tingling, I'm getting the fuck out of there. And there's always somebody in the group that's like, something ain't right about this motherfucking burger. This shit, ugh. Why does shit make me, ugh? Why does it feel like I want to reject this? That's what it is. It's your body going, it's everything in you. Because I think like you're hardwired to not like human flesh. You know, and like I said, some people are more sensitive than others. Some people are more perceptive than others. And you just bite into that burger. Something ain't right about this burger right here. Something is off about this burger right here. Yeah, this ain't. Ugh. It's repulsive. Because I can imagine how everybody else is enjoying some food and I take a bite of it and I'm repulsed. You know, repulsive that's a powerful word to me. That's like, ugh. Like your body is like reject. Your mind, your body, everything is like, get the fuck away from this fucking table. Get away from this grill. Fuck this meat. Fuck the nigga that made the meat. Like everything in all your cells and hairs and is all telling you, fuck all this. You gotta listen to that shit. You gotta start listening to that shit. Like I said, even if you're wrong, like, you know how many times I've left a party or left a gathering or left an event or situation and nothing happened. Nothing happened. I had a weird feeling. I said, I need to get the fuck up out of here. I left. You know, because sometimes it's just social anxiety. Sometimes you know, I don't like being in big groups. I don't like random shit. I don't like people I don't know in my space. I don't like variables. And so yeah, sometimes it's the social anxiety. It's overwhelming you. You know, maybe you overstimulated, right? But still, I'm going to say maybe about 50-50, right? Where I leave. But more importantly, do you know how many times I've got that feeling, ignored it, and then regretted ignoring it because something went down? You know what I mean? When I got that, it's up, I'm gone. I'm out. Like you know, I'm like a deer or a zebra. Where I'm like, hey, motherfucker, they one whiff of a lion, they gone. They smell that shit in the air, one off scent, they out. They not thinking about it. They gone. That's a lion. I'm out. You know what I'm saying? Now it might not be a lion. It might be a leaf that a lion pissed on that blew in your direction. The lions piss all over the jungle. It might just be the whiff of the from the off the fucking grass that the lion just pissed on. But guess what? We're not taking no chances. Be out of here. Or this bitch is just clout chasing and acting like she was repulsed when she wasn't. No, because he killed her son for it. She said it to him. This is repulsive. Yeah, okay. So no, she was on the money. And, Bar Jonah was ultimately. Oh, wait a minute, hold on. During the time of Ramsey's disappearance, Bar Jonah was believed to be working at a fast food chain called Hardee's. Hardee's is also Hardee's is also Roy Rogers. It used to be back in the day. And I believe it's also Carl's Jr. It's the same business. It's just a different name depending on where you are, but it's literally the same exact menu. As well as holding a part-time job in a kitchen at Malmstrom Air Force Base. This led to speculation that he was using these positions to dispose of evidence by feeding his co-workers the human remains of his victims. Upon his arrest in 2000, police discovered several recipes in Bar Jonah's apartment that called for children's body parts. Some of the horrifying recipe titles included Little Boy Pot Pie and French Fried Kid. My God. My man had recipes. Do you know how many people? So specifically, he needed children. Because I'm guessing that, if you're a cannibal, they probably taste better than adults because they haven't destroyed their insides, But do you know how many kids you have to you have to murder and cook for you to have recipes? For you to, like, how many experiments you got to run and be like, just a little oregano. You need, like, you have to be fucking insane. Damn, I would want to fucking punch this dude. I would want to fucking. I'm guessing he died in prison. Let's find out. Bar Jonah was ultimately sentenced to 130 years in prison without the possibility of parole for the kidnapping, aggravated assault, and sexual assault of various children. He died in prison in 2008. So what about the murder? He didn't sentence nothing for the murder? He died in 2008, but how did he die? Tell me it was a horrible death. I guess we'll never know. If I said this to my mom, she'd be like, see, that's why I don't be just eating anybody cooking. That's why I don't just be eating nobody. I don't just be, Y'all don't know. My mother would literally be rude about it. Like, I'm good. Nah, she I'm telling y'all, I got it all. Cause I'm not gonna eat that shit to be nice. That shit sound expired, nigga. I can't fuck with it. If I smell, cause this is something else. This runs in the family. We have noses like bloodhounds. I'm a long time smoker, and still it haunts me. It probably tortures her because she ain't never been a smoker. But like something in that family, like I'm always the first one to smell some shit, and it's like if I smell some shit, I'm done. That's your number one indicator right there. Your nose will tell you if something don't smell right. I'm not fucking with it. I don't give a fuck what you talking about. I don't care what you try to tell me about it. I'm not fucking with it if it don't smell right. And I'm definitely not gonna sit there and eat a whole meal to assuage your fucking ego. That's just not gonna happen. This don't smell good. I'm sorry. I can't. I'm lost my appetite. Like, I'll try to be polite about it, but what's not gonna happen is I'm not gonna eat it. You know what I mean? Like the end result will be that it goes uneaten. Now, and I'm gonna try to be polite about it at first, but then, if you push it to a certain point, I'm just gonna be honest with you. This don't smell good. It doesn't look good, and I don't give a fuck what your explanation is. I'm not putting that in my mouth. You know what I'm saying? Point blank. Shit don't smell right. All right, one last little. Man cremates wife in Gorakhpur. Finds her, I'm guessing that's somewhere in India? I don't know. Gorakhpur. Maybe I'm saying that wrong. Ram Sumer, 60, a resident of Bansgon in Gorakhpur, maybe that's Thailand or Myanmar, lodged a complaint that his wife, Pulmati, had gone missing on June 15th. 4 days later, on June 19th, a woman's body was found in the Yoruba Bazaar area, which Sumar identified as that of his wife. Gorakhpur, a man who cremated his 40-year-old wife 4 days ago in his Uttar Pradesh district, was reunited with her after she was found alive about 600 kilometers away in Jhansi, police said. Yo, where is this place? What is this? Okay, so this is India. Okay. Oh, that's the story. There's nothing else to it. Wow. Well, that's some. Oh no. Okay, I was about to be pissed. Well, that's some top-notch journalism. No. Ramar said a resident of Bangasana in Gorakhpur lodged a complaint that his wife Pumati had gone missing. Okay, we said that already. However, the case took a mysterious turn after her post-mortem revealed that the woman had been strangled to death, prompting a further probe, they added. To nab the suspected killer, the police traced Pumati's mobile phone, which was found active about 600 kilometers away in Jhansi. Call records showed frequent communications between Pumati and a number belonging to one Shubham from Sultanpur. When questioned, Shubham told the police that Pumati was alive and he had brought her to Jhansi. The police subsequently located her at the address provided by Shubham. Sumar told the police that Pumati had left her paternal home on June 15th to return to his house but never arrived. After extensive searches, he reported her missing. Superintendent of police said the woman was sent back to her husband on Saturday after her statement was recorded. An investigation is underway to determine the connection among Sumar Pumati, Subham, and the dead woman who was cremated. The police have also obtained CCTV camera footage showing a boy moving suspiciously and are reinvestigating the case from a new angle, he said. Okay, that didn't clear nothing up. Who is this other nigga? Is this her side piece? Is there a plot? What is this? How they do the news in India? Because this is infuriating. So the man's wife ended up missing, which means she didn't want him to know where she was at. Then they find a body identified as her, but then they find out the bitch was murdered, so they start investigating. And they trace her cell phone to this other dude's house that's 600 kilometers away. That's damn halfway across the country. No, that's a little less than halfway, right? No, that's about right. That's more than halfway, right? I don't know my geography. So was this dude the lover? And were they setting up to leave her husband? If so, then why she take the cell phone? And then why they send her back to her husband? And then why, like, none of that shit, like, I just speculate. Something. You can't write this article without more information than this. You should have kept this one in the chamber. Because now I'm fucking hooked. I guess that was the goal. I want to know what happened. God, that's some fucking bullshit ass journalism right there. Sorry for the cliffhanger, folks. That's going to be the pod. Don't forget, if you got any questions, comments, concerns, you want advice from the advice champ, make sure you email me at BSwithBrianSimpson@gmail.com. Okay? Come see me on tour. All right? Don't forget, I will be in Denver next July 11th, 12th, 13th, and 14th. Those tickets are on sale right now at comedyworksdenver.com. And, if you want to keep up with where I'm going to be, just go ahead and follow me on the social media. I'm BS Comedian on Instagram and Twitter. And I'm Brian Simpson Comedy on TikTok. And and you can click on that link tree, and I'll always be current, up to date, what's coming up next type shit. Just let me know. Okay? I'll see y'all next time.